Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 16 of the Dungeon Lore series. In this series, I hope to expand upon things you might not know about Final Fantasy XIV dungeons, as well as discuss their individual stories and lore. This episode's dungeon is Pharos Sirius. The Isles of Umbra have long been a hazardous obstacle for Lominsan ships, with the outcrops of jagged rocks and reefs causing many a ship to sink off the Lenoskian coast. Towards the end of the 6th Astral Era, the Lominsan state decided that a large lighthouse should be built upon the isle in order to help the vessels navigate past the dangerous terrain. And so it was that Pharos Sirius was constructed, with the use of a light made by an ether generator, built by the esteemed craftsman group known as Naldique and Vimeles. However, in the wake of the 7th Umbral Calamity, the towering structure was partially destroyed by a shard of the lesser moon Dalamud striking the lighthouse upon its descent. Thanks to the strange mix of ether now found in the tower, from the generator and the shard of Dalamud, many corrupted crystals began forming within the tower, blocking the way for repairs for the tower, as well as being highly volatile. These crystals, however, were not the direct issue now facing the builders and repairers attempting to enter the tower, as a mysterious song began playing from the lantern room. The ever-troublesome Siren of the Isles of Umbra has made the tower her home, and is alluring ever more sailors and men to their deaths, after which they are drawn to the tower, corrupted by the ether within, and guarding way to the Siren's nest. The Warrior of Light, after tackling the Moogle King at Thornmarch, visits Aelport in western Lenoskia to speak with Diamanda, one of the current employees of Naldique and Vimeles. She tells us of her previous venture to the tower, of how the Siren's song rang out once more. She also tells of how her father, yet another prized craftsman, was led to his doom by the very same Siren. She bids us speak with her master, Mimidoa, standing on a pier looking out towards the isle. He speaks of a previous adventure that once drove the Siren from her den, but for an unknown reason she now returns, causing havoc across the island as always. He explains that the restoration project for the tower is now much more personal, after having lost Diamanda's father to the Siren, and that he swore a vow to vanquish the Siren and finish the project that they started. Mimidoa sends us to speak with David, who tells us that although the Siren will have had the main entrances put under guard by her thralls, the Flood Cellar is our best option for entering the place, and bids us restore the tower's shine once more. The party enters the dungeon, treading water through the flood cellar and defeating the seemingly innocent beasts that live beneath the tower. We follow the path around, and eventually step out of the shallow water, where suddenly, 2 zombie sailors reanimate themselves from the floor, both contaminated with the corrupted crystals, which attack the party. Heading up the stairs to the ground floor, we see the scale of the damage caused by the calamity, with many of the surrounding walls and pillars crumbled to the floor. Heading out to the path towards the second spire, another group of zombies rise up, after which the gate behind them opens, leading them to Simmons the Unsinkable. Simmons was once the captain of a maelstrom vessel that fell prey to the Siren's song, and presumably the rocks of the Isles of Umbra. He was also the lost brother of Diamanda herself, though his fate was since unknown to her, thought lost at sea. Now he stands, corrupted and enthralled like the other zombies. During this fight, Simmons attempts to corrupt the party steadily with the ether here, attaching small shards of said crystals to party members. He rapidly summons warhounds, which also do the same, and receiving a stack of 3 shards will cause the relevant party member to explode, causing great damage to them and any surrounding them. Simmons also uses his crystalline shot, causing puddles of corrupted ether to form, slowly increasing in size. Standing in any of these also causes party members to slowly become corrupted. Finally, he uses his Giga Slash to knock party members flying back, potentially into the dangerous crystal pools on the floor. Upon defeat, the adjacent gate opens, allowing the party to proceed. We follow the path around, through the 3rd spire, where many corrupted crystals fall from the ceiling, some blocking our path, until we encounter the first corrupted sprite, birthed from the ether present in the tower. After defeating the sprite, the party must head through the broken pillars and back towards the centre of the area, rather than follow the path towards the fourth spire and head up the stairs to the second floor. Here we can see the instability of the tower in full effect, as many more crystals crash down from the ceiling, with some of them spawning corrupted slimes. After reaching the top of the stairs, the party can follow the corridor around and defeat another group of zombies to open the adjacent gate. Proceeding up the next set of stairs, we catch an outside glimpse of the bay and surrounding ocean, and also the distant lights of Pharos Polaris can be seen at nighttime, the guiding light of Limsa Lominsa. Once the nearby screamers are defeated, a large bird-like creature slams down on the party and flies up the corridor. We follow the path, turning the corner, and find the creature, a zoo, standing in the fuel chamber. During this fight, the zoo uses many wind-based abilities to damage the party. As the fight proceeds, some of the zoo eggs nearby begin to hatch. Attacking any of these eggs will enrage the zoo, causing it to do much more damage for a period of time. Leaving the eggs alone, however, will allow the zoo's children to hatch, which also attack the party. The pullets mimic the zoo's breathwing, damaging the entire party, while the cockerels hurl their spit at party members, constantly damaging them unless killed. Occasionally, the zoo will rise up to the sky and throw 3 heavily damaging wind attacks on the tanking party member. After the zoo falls, the party can once again follow the path onwards and up the stairs to the 4th floor. The concentration of corrupted ether here is even more intense, with large crystal formations rooted on the walls. Just before the next set of stairs, we can see a loose ether valve, presumably opened by the damage from the calamity, occasionally releasing bubbles of gas that float up the stairs. The party can close the valves to stop this. Proceeding up the stairs, the party fights another set of corrupted sprites and a corrupted pudding, while avoiding the etheric gas floating from the top of the stairs, where another valve remains open. After closing both valves, a large worm known as the Tyrant appears. While not technically a boss in this dungeon, the Tyrant can be dangerous with spawning adds and damaging the party over time. Upon defeat, the party can proceed up the following stairs to the 5th floor, where the beacon chamber and the Siren await. Descending from the sky, the Siren sings an alluring note and attacks the party. During this fight, she uses many of her song-based abilities on the party. She can cast the Song of Torment, which inflicts bleeding upon its target, as well as using her lunatic voice to inflict reduced immunity upon all party members, causing them to receive much less healing. She will summon many of her thralls as the fight proceeds, yet more of the Maelstrom sailors lost to her call. Occasionally the Siren will leap away, after which she can charge through the centre of the arena, or cast her charm upon anyone not standing close to her. Finally, she can use her Siren Song on a party member. This dangerous ability will inflict damage to a party member, and if they are not healed in time, will cause them to become charmed, attacking friendly party members until the effect wears off. Upon defeat, the Siren lets out a final cry and is vanquished once and for all, giving closure to Diamanda's brother and father, and allowing the tower to begin its restoration. And that's the end of the story and lore for Pharos Sirius. A shining beacon primed to be the guiding light of the sea, becoming a corrupted and broken nest for a fiend capturing the very souls of the vessels the tower was designed to protect. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Final Fantasy XIV lore, and I'll see you next time for the hard mode version of Copperbell Mines.